Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. There's a whirlwind of activity happening right now. And if you've been keeping up with the news, you might feel just a tad overwhelmed. With so many distractions and events unfolding, it's crucial to stay informed from various sources to grasp the full picture. Slowly but surely, some of the truths we held dear are being challenged, piece by piece. Today, I want to draw your attention to an intriguing article you might have missed. It's a topic I've been tracking for months, if not years: bank failures. Just yesterday, CNBC published a piece titled, "Why Hundreds of US Banks May Be at Risk of Failure. Why the Fed Expects More Bank Failures." This article coincided with the FOMC meeting, where Fed Chair Jerome Powell announced that interest rates would remain unchanged. I delved into this in detail on my platform yesterday, so I won't rehash it here. However, it's worth noting that prolonged low interest rates spell trouble for banks burdened with billions in unrealized losses, primarily stemming from their heavy investment in commercial real estate loans. Amidst the struggles faced by these banks, it's becoming increasingly evident that some may not weather the storm. Their options are narrowing down to three main paths. Firstly, they could try to secure private capital. Secondly, many are actively seeking mergers with larger banks. And lastly, there's the grim possibility of collapse. This scenario shouldn't catch anyone by surprise. Consolidating banks has long been part of the strategy. CNBC highlighted the stress felt by hundreds of small and regional banks across the US. To say they're feeling stressed might be an understatement. Christopher Wolfe, managing director and head of North American banks at FIT Ratings, warns of the potential for some banks to either fail or fall below their minimum capital requirements. These requirements, he clarifies, are crucial for liquidity, essentially having enough funds to keep operations running smoothly. A little over a month ago, Claros Group, a consulting firm, released findings from their research. Out of approximately 4,000 US-based banks analyzed, nearly 300, precisely 282, were flagged for both high exposure to commercial real estate and substantial unrealized losses from the surge in interest rates. It's a toxic mix that may push these lenders towards either raising fresh capital or seeking mergers to survive. These banks are caught in a precarious situation, facing the worst of both worlds. Not only are they heavily exposed to struggling commercial real estate loans, which are likely to see a surge in delinquencies as interest rates climb, but their investment portfolios are also hemorrhaging billions of dollars. It's only a matter of time before the inevitable unfolds. Scrutinizing this data, one can't help but conclude that the next banking crisis is looming on the horizon. These 282 banks, and likely many more beyond that, are grappling with severe liquidity issues. They simply don't have the funds to weather the storm and will likely need a capital infusion to survive. According to Claros Group, these 282 banks collectively hold nearly $900 billion in assets. Most of them are smaller community lenders, each with less than $10 billion in assets. The ripple effects of their struggles will undoubtedly impact community and regional banks across the board. Now, you might be eager to see a list of these banks, hoping your own isn't among them. Unfortunately, they're keeping that list under wraps, refusing to make it public. Claros chose not to disclose the names of the institutions in their analysis, fearing it could spark a frenzy of deposit withdrawals. They're keenly aware that naming these banks could trigger a swift and severe banking crisis, with deposit runs likely unfolding within hours. It's not just the banks on their radar. Countless others, not privy to this covert list of troubled institutions, lack the liquidity to meet a mass withdrawal demand. Let's briefly touch on the FDIC. Do bank regulators know about this? Absolutely. They've been aware all along. Regulators receive detailed monthly call reports from banks, providing a comprehensive view of their financial health and underlying data. These reports are a regulatory requirement for all financial institutions in the US, with strict deadlines for submission. According to Claros co-founder Brian Graham, if even just 10 banks were in trouble, swift action would have been taken. But with hundreds facing similar challenges, regulators find themselves walking a tightrope. They're hesitant to disclose the full extent of the situation, fearing it could incite panic and trigger bank runs. This cautious approach should raise serious concerns. The fact that regulators are withholding information speaks volumes about the gravity of the situation. It's undeniably worrisome news. A couple of months back, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell made a candid statement clearly acknowledging the likelihood of bank failures in the near future. He emphasized that while efforts were underway to address the situation, some failures may still occur. The primary concern revolves around small to mid-sized lenders with significant exposure to commercial real estate and interest-sensitive investments. These institutions have been grappling with massive unrealized losses amounting to billions, which are reflected on their books. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, consider sharing it, and don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in the next one tomorrow. Have a fantastic remainder of your day.